So the next activity is more writing. What that is called, I call it free-form writing. And how many of you have I talked about? Yeah, no, you have done free-form writing before. Any experiences you want to share about free-form writing?
I think it's a great release. Just a great release is how I feel after I've done it.
Okay.
Sometimes I have a hard time throwing it away.
Oh, okay. Well, and you know, that can be a process too, but in free-form writing, I'm going to have you take in your folder, you have some blank school paper. Of course, I bought the really nice kind with edges on it. I didn't realize that. Should have got the cheapy stuff from
Save this.
Walgreens. That's okay. It was for this process. So free-form writing is an activity of releasing energy from you that is no longer needed. It can be upset, negative energy. It could be anger. It could be fear. Whatever it is that you would like to release from your consciousness, I'm going to have you write down on this paper. So what happens, it is a kinesthetic activity. So you might be feeling a barrier, you might be feeling a block, you might be feeling anger. When you write it, it's releasing in physical form. So you are putting it on paper, and what happens in this process is, as you are writing, it could be something that you write, I am so angry at such and such, or it could be, I am fearful of this change I want to make in my life, or I keep asking for this and nothing is working. Whatever it might be, I want you to write. Don't go back and read it. I want you to just write until it stops, until you feel the energy has released. And then the next activity is, I'm going to be out in the patio out here, and I have a little burning bowl, and I'm going to let you crumple up your piece of paper, because you have to crumple it, and not shredding it, because it makes the fire better. And I'm going to let you light the fire and burn it. I'm going to let you release that energy, and you release that block. Any questions?
What about the plastic on the edge?
You know what? We tried a few, and it burned okay.
Good.
So I had a cute little chimney. I
Melted?
found a cute little chimney that would have been perfect, but it was like one piece of paper at a time. So, and if not, now I'll tell you what happens with this too. And I did this one with my first workshop that Denise was at, because you don't want anybody else to touch that negative energy. So you want to just do it yourself. As that I took it home and I burned it in my chimney too. We did this activity at school, and they would take big bundles of paper and they would go burn it in another location. So the pieces that you don't want to touch it, because some of that negative energy, depends on how sensitive you are. Some people can touch those things and have that come to them. So I'm going to have you do that. I'm going to be out there in the patio. And any questions right now? Yes, Steve?
How's the temperature in here? Is everybody comfortable, or do you need a little heat, a little?
I'm okay, but I'm always cold.
It's a little
Slightly,
chilly.
slightly cold,
Okay, well, I'll just
Okay.
but not
for a little
terribly.
while. Just take the chill.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So what I'll do is I won't leave the door open when I'm out there. So I'll give you guys about 5 minutes. I apologize for this timing of 5 minutes, because we have so many activities. I want to make sure that we include everything into this. And this is an important process for you to go through. And what happens is that you just write. Don't go back and read it. Don't look at your handwriting. It could be that you have, and I know I did this, when I first learned of this exercise, I was angry at someone actually, and I just wrote, and I used every cuss word that I can think of, and it just came out, and it just released, and it was very helpful to me. And when I'm feeling that, I go out and I do free-form writing. I sit outside my patio, and I do it, and I go burn it, and it's gone. So it's a healthy way to release negative energy. It's a healthy way to let go, as opposed to holding it inside. You hold those feelings inside, that's what can manifest itself into physical disease and illness as well too. So it is a healthy release. I know therapists have other forms of release of anger, and I'm not a therapist, but I have used those when I was in therapy, and those are helpful too. But this is a nice, simple process anybody can do too. So, everybody got their paper? Mm-hmm. Go ahead and start.